Hello, YouTube land. It is the end of January 2021. Didn't we just start it? So here we are, pre-release weekend for Kaldheim. And as what has become the usual for me, I have gone to my LGS, King's Games, got myself 2 pre-release kits, and they came with bonus 2 boosters. So I don't know, what's your call? Should they be included amongst the cards used in the pre-release? So we're working with 8 instead of 6. I'm gonna try again what I tried with the last one. I'm gonna open each one in a separate video. So let's put this stack to the side. And I would love to hear your input. And what would you build with what I end up pulling out of this set? So let me know, and then I will assemble it. And then the second one I will assemble based on the same recommendations for that one. And then I will play it. One my girlfriend will play, the other one I will play. Okay, sliding open. All right, another, I think this is the most common color that I have already. And gonna save our special bonus card for last. Put this to the side. Let's put there. I do like these dividers. Put that to the side. Yeah. Save that code for me to use on Arena. All right. Okay, so it's actually Saturday. I would have rushed to have gotten this on Friday and gotten this filmed sooner. But life. You know what? These feel slightly different. I don't know, because when they're packed more, these feel like this feels looser than this. That's curious. And the coloring, this seems more on this pack. I wonder if this is going to be just like in Zendikar when I was opening up and they had slightly different orders to stuff. Like this seems a little bit shinier, but this one seems like there's greater depth. Like this is a better printing, but this is a shinier printing. Like this has better contrast. That is curious. Very curious. So when I was opening up this Zendikar pre-release stuff, check those videos out. I would appreciate it. It might be interesting to you. I would still like to know on those videos what you'd have built. I noticed that the packs had different orders to them based on the just boosters that were included and the boosters that were in the pre-release. I thought that was particularly curious to me. Alright, so I am not particularly interested in their values. I don't know their values. I'm opening stuff up and dividing it because I plan on incorporating and using them. So I'm not dividing them by their rarity. I'm just going to be splitting them up by their colors for building purposes. And because I'm not familiar with the cards, I am going to be reading them. So if you actually want to learn about the cards, my channel will be the one for that. Ooh, a giant rogue. 6 mana for 5/6. He can get flashed in. And he comes into play tapped. That's weird. Paying 6 mana for a 5/6 to flash in and be tapped. Not a great start. Craven Hulk. Can't block alone. 4 mana for 4/4. So I have to mention that I am particularly excited about this set because it is definitely a callback to Ice Age. Ice Age was definitely the original attempt towards a Norse theme set and the introduction to Snowland. So I have been waiting for this since I heard rumors that it's going to be Return to Snow-Covered Lands, and Cold Snap introduced 2-mana Snow-Covered Lands, which I felt like they should have retroactively eroded a bunch of cards from Ice Age and Alliances and other sets to become snow lands. They didn't, and since Cold Snap, there have been an incomplete set of the dual-colored lands, and I kept asking Wizards, make the last lands, make the last lands. What do? They make all the lands, and they make it even better, from what I hear. Alright, just wanted to get that out of the way. Battlefield Raptor, 1 mana for a 1/2 flying for a strike. That's cool. Wither Crown. Enchanted creature has base power 0, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life unless you sack this creature. Okay, cool. Masked Vandal. I do like this art. Shapeshifter. He's got Changeling, 2 mana, 1/3. Enters the battlefield. You may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. Okay, handy dandy. Alright, Scorn Effigy. Oh, Return of Scarecrows. 3 mana for a 2/3 with Foretell 0. Okay, so you pay 2, put them aside, and then bring them in for free later. Okay, that's cool, I guess. That definitely has a place. Bind the Monster. 1 blue enchant creature. Enters the battlefield, tap an enchanted creature. It deals damage equal to its power. Enchanted creature doesn't untap. Okay, I see the appeal of this. Roots of Wisdom. 2 mana, green, mill 3 cards, return a land card or an elf card from your graveyard to your hand. If you can't, draw a card. Okay. Starnheim Courser. Artifacts and enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. I do love my enchantment love. Artifacts and enchantments, even better. Smashing Success. Destroy target artifact or land. If an artifact is destroyed this way, create a treasure token. 4 mana to do that. Dwarven Hammer. 3 mana equipment. Enters the battlefield. Pay 2. If you do, create a 2/1 red dwarf berserker creature token. Then attach to it. And the hammer gives you +3/+0. So pay 5 mana to get a 5/1 dwarf. Inga, Rune Eyes. She was in the first chapter of the story. Okay. What do? 4 mana, 3/3 legendary human wizard. Enters the battlefield, scry 3. When she dies, draw 3 cards. If 3 or more creatures died this turn. Oh, so she and 2 other creatures have to die for me to actually get something. Meh. Runed Crown. Equipment for 3 mana. Enters the battlefield. You may search your library, hand, and or graveyard for a rune card and put it into the battlefield attached to the crown. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. Equip creature gets +1/+1, and it's got an equip of 2. In Search of Greatness. Okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control without paying its mana cost if you don't scry 1. I think that's Todsky, the squirrel that doesn't look like a squirrel. Alright. And we got ourselves a snow-covered swamp. Much better than the snow-covered lands seen last in... Well, actually, the last ones were that special mystery thing, box set, and there were snow-covered lands from the fairy tale place, Eldraine. But before that, it was Modern Horizons, and all their snow-covered lands were, like, really lame. Alright, and we got a token dwarf. Perfect to go with that hammer. Handy dandy. Alright. Alright, so In Search of Greatness, that seems like a good one. Alright, Axed Cavalry. It's a dwarf berserker, and she rides a goat. Doesn't this art remind you of the Woo girl from the set that came out a year ago? Theros Beyond Death. Woo! Let's go party, ride a goat. 2 mana for a 2/2. Tap her to give a creature haste until end of turn. Oh, that's cool. And you had all those walls that just give all my creatures haste in the last set. What was it called? Zendikar Rising. God's Hall Guardian. Oh, I don't even care what you do. You are just a beautiful cat spell. Let's see. 6 mana for 3/6 with Vigilance, or you can foretell it for 4 mana. Remember, Corey really cared about big butts and Vigilance, so there's a place for that. Strategic Planning, 2 mana sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand, the rest in the graveyard. Fearless Puppo Poop Puppa Pup Pup. Oh, everything's on fire, and you're just ooh. 1 red, 1/1, first strike, and it's got a boast. Its boast ability is a +2/+0 until end of turn. Village Rites. This a reprint? I feel like this is a reprint. Yes, this was an M21. Totally, absolutely. A 1 black, sack a creature, and draw 2 cards. Absolutely, definitely in M21. Glittering Frost. Enchanted land. The land becomes snowy. And whenever land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of any color. Oops, amateur hour. Sorry about hitting the camera like that. Plus, you're also getting 1 more snow permanent onto the board with this spell. Alright, Golden Pickaxe. It's an equipment for 2, gives a creature +1/+1, and whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. And it equips for a 1. Demon Bolt. 3 mana instant, 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker, or you can foretell it for 1 red. Ooh. This is... Ooh. So it's like having a complicated lightning bolt, but you're doing a little more damage, and you end up playing it like turn 3 at the earliest. Iron Verdict. 3 mana instant, deals 5 damage to target tapped creature, and you can foretell it for 1 white. Wow, 1 white can deal 5 damage to any creature that's tapped, while this thing for 1 red will deal 4. What's happening with the color wheel? Rune of Sustenance. Okay, well, that gives us something for that crown to pull up. Comes into play, draw a card. If a permanent is a creature, it gets lifelink. And if it's an equipment, the equipped creature gets lifelink. This reminds me of Shield Bearer from Ice Age. Another rune stone, but it's not a rune. Weathered Rune Stone, 2 mana artifact, non-land permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. There you go. Everyone's complaining about Uru, right? There you go. And this is an uncommon. I'll turn Urus off and everyone else will escape off easily. You don't have to ban him. Ooh, one of them special lands, but it's not snowy. Exguard Armory. Comes into play tapped. Tap it for white. Or 2 reds, a white, and a generic, and sack it. Search your library for an aura or an equipment. Reveal them, put them into your hand. Yes, so this would be good with that Legends red-green pre-constructed commander deck, right? That's just begging to get slotted in there. Eradicator Valkyrie. Ooh, mythic. Second pack I open, it's already a mythic. 4 mana for 4/3 flying, lifelink, hexproof from planeswalkers. And it's got boast. Sack a creature, each opponent sacks a creature or planeswalker. Nice. Nice. Okay. That's a nice pull right there. And we got ourselves a Golgari Woodland. I mean, a Golgari Snowland. So it's a swamp, it's a forest. Comes into play tap, but because it's a swamp or a forest, you can fetch it for something that looks for a forest. And that makes it good. And it's a snowland, so that's good. And it's even gooder. So much goodness. And a foil version of a pickaxe. And an Angel Warrior token. Alright. So the second pack I open has a foil and a mythic. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Alright. Carfell Harbinger. Carfell Harbinger. She's coming down those steps. And she means business. 2 mana for 1/3, and she can tap to add blue mana. A blue mana dork, who's a zombie wizard. Okay. Mana can only be used to foretell a card from your hand or an instant or sorcery card. Okay. So it can use it just for instants, sorceries, and foretelling. Still not bad. Tormentor's Helm. 1 red mana equipment gives it +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature gets blocked, deals 1 damage to defending player. More stuff for that black, red-white Legends commander deck. Agsgard Braggart. 4 mana 3/3 with a boast that lets you put a +1/+1 counter on it. Dwarven Warrior. Feels a soldier, but more interesting. Death Knell Berserker. An Elf Berserker. 2 mana for 2/2. And when it dies, if its power was 3 or greater, create a 2/2 Black Zombie Berserker creature token. Okay. So if this guy was any bigger when he dies than when he started, he's essentially replaced with himself. That's not bad. Horizon Seeker. Human Warrior. 3 mana for a 3/2, and his boast lets you search your library for a basic land card. Put in your hand. Okay. Dwarven Reinforcements. 4 mana sorcery, create 2/1 red dwarf berserker creature tokens, or you can foretell it for 2. Annul. Like a mistaken marriage. 1 blue to counter target artifact or equip or enchantment spell. Well, you still have Theros Beyond Death chock full of enchantments, so this could be useful in, what do you call that, standard format? The Struggle for Skemvar. 4 mana sorcery to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then the creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't. But you can foretell it for a green. Funeral Longboat. It's a 2 mana 3/3 vehicle, and it only takes 1 to crew, and it has vigilance. Ravenous Lindworm. Enters the battlefield, gain 4 life. So 6 mana for 6/6 and 4 life. The Great Hall of Starenheim. Another one of these utility lands. Comes in play tapped. You can tap it for a black, or 2 white and a black, sack it, and it create a 4/4 white Angel Warrior creature token with flying and vigilance. Alright, so for 3 mana you can sack this and create this lady right here, a Sarah Angel token. Cool. Another Dwarven Hammer. Carder's Vicious Return. It's a saga for 4 mana. Sack a creature. When you do, this thing deals 3 damage to any target. Can I sack more than 1 creature? Can I sack more than 1 creature? That is the $1,000,000 question right there. Each player discards a card on part 2, and part 3, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it, it gains haste until end of turn. I do like this spell. Elvish War Master, 2 mana for 2/2. And whenever 1 or more other elves enter the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. This triggers only once each turn. Okay, elves you control get +2/+2 and gain death touch until end of turn. Okay. Is this guy in the pre-constructed deck that came out with this set? Oh, look at this gorgeous snow-covered forest. This is so much better than the original Ice Age snow-covered forest, which was barely covered in any snow. Oh, that's pretty. And a treasure token. Ooh, this one feels thick. Do you guys like it thick? I mean, I know I like it thick. What are you guys talking about? Pilferer Hawk, a 2 mana 1/2 flying snowbird. And a snow lets you tap and draw and discard a card. Another Axed Cavalry. Draugr Recruiter, Zombie Cleric. 4 mana for a 3/3 with Boast. And the Boast is return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so this is kind of like a better Gravedigger. Horizon Seeker. I think we already pulled one of that. Another Annul. Another Struggle for Scamfar. Wow, already another Funeral Longboat. So we are already getting a lot of... Another Ravenous Lindworm. Oh my goodness. Behold the Multiverse. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards for 4 mana. Or you can foretell it for 2. Wow, that was a lot of repeats, and I'm only on... 1, 2, 3. Booster number 3. I'm only up to booster number 3, and I'm seeing so many repeats. Okay, Revitalize. This was in Ikoria or M21, but definitely just had a Revitalize. Elven Bow. I hope this is better than a Finehorn Bow. Enters the battlefield. You may pay 2 if you do create a Elf Warrior token, and then attach the bow to it. Equipped creature gets +2/+1/+2 and has reach. This is much better than the Finehorn Bow from, was it Ice Age? Alliances? Ice Age. Because Finehorn's where they got those elves. The flavor text is about elves, and all it does is give your creature first strike. It only took like 25 years, guys, to figure out how to make a proper elven bow. Rune of Flight. All right, here we go. Another rune. Draw a card when it comes into play, and it gives a creature flying, or equipment gives a creature flying. Another saga. Arnie slays the troll. I love the name of this spell. What does this saga do? Target creature you control fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Fine. Add 1 red mana. Put 2/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature you control. And you gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. I mean, this just seems like a decent spell if it plays out. Hello, we got another repeat, and it's a repeat of our rare. This is... So out of 3 rares, they've all been green, and twice we got In Search of Greatness. The other rare was our Elvish War Master. This doesn't seem right. Too much duplication just for 3 boosters halfway through the box. If it matters at all, The number on this set pre-kit, whatever it's called, is 3291. Does that number tell you anything? Moving on to booster number... Wait. Oh, you know what? That was booster number 4. We're up to booster number 5. I'm sorry, I miscounted. I had another wrapper already in the garbage. Belkshire Shieldmate, 2 mana for a 2/1. When it dies, create a 1/1 human creature soldier token. That's fine. Litjara Kin Seekers. It's a changeling. Enters the battlefield if you control 3 or more creatures that share creature type. Put a +1/+1 counter on this thing, and then scry 1. So it's a 2/4 for 4 mana that does that. Story Seeker. This is like out of a comic book. It's a dwarf cleric with lifelink, 2 mana. We have gone so far with our bears. Before, they used to be just lucky enough to get a 2/2 for just 2 mana. Now you have a 2/2 for 2 mana that always does something, which is great. Another Horizon Seeker. Coma's Faithful, an elf cleric. 3 mana for a 3/1 with lifelink. It dies. Each player mills 3 cards. Infernal Pet. 3 mana for a 2/2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this thing, and it gains flying until end of turn. Shimmer Drift Veil. Oh, another snowland. Cool, cool. What do you do? What do you do? Enters the battlefield tapped. Enters the battlefield, choose a color. Add 1 mana of the chosen color. Ooh. This is just land fixing for whatever you are lacking. You just get it. And it's a common. Very cool. Alright, Dusk Wielder. It's 1 mana, 1/2, and it boasts for 1 generic. Target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay. It's not bad at all. More Dwarven reinforcements. Raise the Draugr. Choose 1. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Or return 2 target creature cards that share a creature type from your graveyard to your hand. Alright. With all our theme decks, I mean, that's definitely good. Alright, here's our Gruul color utility land. Notvold Slumber Mound. Notvold Slumber Mound. Enters play tapped. You can tap it for red. Holy moly, that's 6 mana, and to sack it to destroy target land. Oh, and then create a 4/4 Troll Warrior with Trample. Well, that's kind of cool. Frost Augur. That's a snow human wizard. 1/2 for blue mana. And we can tap a snow. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a snow card, you may reveal that card and put it into your hand. Oh, I think I have a place for you, my friend. Boreal Outrider, another snow creature. Alright, it's an elf that rides on a elk. 3 mana, 3/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if snow is spent to make the spell's colors, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Okay, I think I already have a place for you. It's in the same deck as this Frost Augur is going. But, you know, after I assemble something... Ooh! Ooh! It's a pathway. The green-black one. Awesome. 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 And another snow-covered swamp. Are all the basics in this set going to be snow-covered? Because that's great. Because I think Modern Horizons just had 1 version of each basic that and this is what, gonna have 3 different ones? That's gonna be cool. This is cool. This is cool. I like this pull very much. Thank you. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I'm thinking leaning towards some snow magic in this limited deck. Honestly, I feel like I have a bias just towards green black. All right, another Shieldmate, another Kinseeker, another Story Seeker, Ice Hydro. All right, 3 mana for a 2/3. You can do 2 snows to pump him +2/+0 and gains indestructible, and then you tap it. All right, well, I think you have some utility, buddy. Another Draugr Recruiter, cool. Another Demon Bolt, cool. Sculptor of Winter, an Elf Rogue, untapped target Snowland. Oh, you're almost as good as like a Rim Dryad, but a Rim Dryad is like a snow elf that can just untap any snow permanent. But you know, that was Modern Horizons. Okay. Shackles of Treachery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. Until end of turn, gains haste, and whenever this creature deals combat damage, destroy target equipment attached to it. Destroy which equipment? Whenever this creature deals damage, destroy target equipment attached to it. Okay. So the equipment attached to the enchanted creature. To the creature I'm using this on, not whoever he's fighting. Raven Form. Exile target artifact or creature. Its controller creates a 1/1 blue bird. Token with flying. You can foretell it for a blue. Okay. So it's blue removal. Ice Bind Pillar. Snow artifact. 3 mana. Tap target artifact or creature. Okay, that definitely has utility. Skemfar Shadow Mage. Shadow Sage. Elf Cleric, 4 mana, 2/5. Enters the battlefield, choose 1. Each opponent loses X life, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. Or gain X life, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have creature type in common. Oh, really leaning towards the green-black. Elves specifically. Dual Strike, instant for 2 red. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 4 or less this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Foretell it for a red. So this is a new version of Fork, I guess. Skemfar Avenger. Okay, there we go. 2 mana for a 3/1 Elf Berserker. So I think we're going green-black elf. Whenever another non-token elf or berserker you control dies, you draw a card and lose 1 life. And a lovely Snow Mountain. And Axgard Bogart foil. So this box had 2 foils, 1 mythic. Not too shabby. And our special card is Toski. OMG. I was talking about this guy earlier, that he is on the art here. I thought his name was Todsky, like my teammate Todsky. Yeah, that should be there. Oh. Apparently there was a bear token. How did I miss these? Okay. Yeah, so there we go. Toski. Remind me what Toski does. What do you do, Toski? Tell me. This spell can't be countered. That's nice. For 4 mana for a 1/1. He's indestructible. Bearer of Secrets attacks each combat if able. Oh, yeah, okay, 1/1. But he is indestructible, so I guess that's fine. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Okay, so all my creatures become draw engines, and he's green. So yeah, I think it's a safe bet to go green-black with this deck, right? Can I get some agreement? And because my LGS was giving out these bonus boosters, I would assume that they would allow them to be used if we were doing pre-release in the store as opposed to in the home. So, you know what? Let's open these up as part of this. Man, these boosters feel much looser than those. That's weird. All right, let's get her open. Come on, man. They have a little rip me tab there. Come on now. Yoink. Yeah, see? It's a different order. The first card here is the bimodal flippy majiki thing here. So I guess we're gonna have a flippy card in here. Another Snowy Swamp. Skemfar Avenger. We just got one of these. Come on. I got 2 duplicate rares in 7 boosters so far. Dragar's Helm. It's a 2-mana black artifact. Enters the battlefield. If you pay another black and 2, create a zombie token and attach this thing to it. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has menace. Okay. Okay. Frostpire Arcanist. 5-mana 2/5 giant wizard. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a giant or a wizard. I think I've only seen 1 giant in the stuff I've pulled so far, so he's not going to be too useful. Enters the battlefield. Search your library for an instant sorcery card with the same name as a card in your graveyard. Reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your library. Yeah, you're not going to get used. Binding of the Old Gods. So it's a 4-mana saga in Golgari. Destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Okay. So anything other than a land, cool. Then you can search your library for a forest card and put it tapped onto the battlefield. We are so going Golgari. Creatures you control gain Death Touch until end of turn. Okay, cool. A Grim Draugr. Are Draugrs the name of the zombies on this plane? 3 mana for a 3/2. Snow and a generic. It gets +1/+0 and gains menace. Cool. An Augury Raven. 4 mana for a 3/3 flying, and it can be foretold for 2. Another Ravenous Lindworm. Another Undersea Invader. Such a weird giant rogue. Jarl of the Forsaken. It's a zombie cleric. Oh, is Jarl not the name? Is a Jarl a descriptive title? Jarl? Alright, it's a zombie cleric. 4 mana for a 3/2. Can be flashed in. Enters the battlefield. Destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. It can be foretold for 2. Okay. Mammoth Growth. 3 mana to get +4/+4 until end of turn, or foretell it for a green. Okay, that's a nice twist on giant growth. A Raider's Carve. 3 mana 4/4 vehicle. And when this thing attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you may put it into the battlefield tapped. Crew for 3. Okay. Warhorn Blast. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn for 5 mana, or foretell it for 3. Smashing Success again, and my third or fourth, I think my third Axgard Braggart. Okay. 2, 3. Alright, 3 Axe Guard Braggarts. Okay. Moving along to our last bonus pack for this set. So this is going to bring us to a total of 8 of these. So what would you build out of these 8? Am I the only one who is seeing a easy drawing for Golgari here? Sulphurous Mire. Why are you always giving me ads? I don't need these ads. I could use tokens. I can't use these ads. I know about Arena. I know about it. It's not a secret. It's junk. So you guys are just wasting paper on it. And there we go. The rare is like on top. Mystic Reflection. Ooh, that's a good pull. I saw lots of talk about this thing. So those not in the know, you can... It's an instant for a blue and a white, or foretell it just for a blue. Choose target non-legendary creature. The next time one or more creatures or planeswalkers enter the battlefield this turn, they enter as copies of the chosen creature. So maximize good creatures you have, or if someone wants to bring in something big, you make them bring something small. This is a very good spell. I'm lucky. Glimpse the Cosmos. 2 mana to look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand, the rest at the bottom of the library. As long as you control a giant, you may cast Glimpse of Cosmos from your graveyard by paying 1 blue rather than paying its mana cost. If you cast it this way and it will be put in your graveyard, exile it. Colossal Plow. Whenever it attacks, add 3 white mana, gain 3 life. Until end of turn, you don't lose the mana. This mana as steps and phases end. So it's 2 mana for 6/3, but you gotta have 6 to crew it. A lot of vehicles I'm pulling. Ascent of the Worthy. Choose a creature you control until end of turn. All damage that would be dealt to creatures you control is dealt to that creature instead. Okay. Alright, so it's like getting a martyr. So that happens twice. Then the last one, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with flying counter on it. That creature is an angel warrior in addition to other types. So you give your life as a good martyr, and then you end up coming back as a glorious angel. Iron Verdict. Okay, had one of those already. Mists of Litjara. Enchant a creature or a vehicle, and it gets -3/-0. Interesting. Breakneck Berserker. Okay, I think I pulled him earlier. Oh my goodness, did I get 4 or more of these guys at this point? Ravenous Lindworm. Feed the Serpent. 4 mana to exile a creature or planeswalker. Elderleaf Mentor. Did I already have one of these? Enters the battlefield, create another elf. Priest of the Haunted Edge, a zombie cleric. 2 mana for 0/4. Tap him to sack him. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of snowlands you control. Activate this ability only any time you could cast a sorcery. A Giant Ox. Giant Ox crews vehicles using its toughness rather than power. Did these two come in the same freaking booster? Are you kidding me? This one thing crews this thing. Perfect. Wow. Glorious. Lucky. Or is it planned that way? Did Wizards of the Coast, does every booster come with the both of them? Or did I just get really lucky? Another Carful Harbinger. And another Smashing Success. Okay. Like I said, I'm leaning towards Golgari Elves. That seems pretty easy for me. Let me know what you guys think I should go with this. I will build something, but if there's actual interaction, I will build according to your suggestions. Thank you for tuning in. The next pack, the next pre-release set I got is gonna be in the following video. Thank you for tuning in, guys. See you out there, YouTube land. Do the things, and the clicking and the ringing and the stuff, because you know, if you like it, you should come back for more. All right, see you out there, YouTube land. Professional.